Tell me about your Shark Tank experience.
There was a point, I felt attacked.
Your lifestyle, your posture while you're working, while you're sitting, while you're doing things, while you're driving, it all impacts.
Tried a lot of ointments, you get immunosuppressants, you get steroid creams, but there was limited or almost no relief.
I've also heard that people have dark circles that they're worried about, they have wrinkles that they're worried about, their skin starts sagging and they want it to be tighter.
Your fine lines will reduce, your collagen levels will boost, the skin will start to radiate or glow, your dark circles will reduce.
Women do it a lot more, but even men are conscious about it, is their face.
They don't have the confidence because their face is not in a certain way. We had this individual who had to hold his eye muscle just to read and relax.
Wow.
How does that feel?
Felt really good.
Some of my exercises have an instant impact.
So in my series of podcasts which are health related, today I have a very, very unique and special guest in the studio. What has been happening in the last few years in India is बहुत सारे लोग जाकर अपने face के ऊपर botox और कुछ कराते हैं. I don't know क्या कराते हैं. But a lot of things happen which are actually not good for people. But here is somebody who has taken the world of face appearance by a storm. She has changed how Indians should take care of their face. Thank you so much, Vibhuti, for joining us in the studio. And so you have founded a new form of yoga which helps the face.
That's correct.
Tell us more about it.
So, thank you for the introduction. I'm Vibhuti Arora, founder of Face Yoga. And as I was talking and telling you that, 12 years ago when I moved to Delhi, I was hit by an autoimmune skin disorder. It's not a skin disorder, it's a body disorder, but it starts with the skin. And I tried a lot of medicine, I tried a lot of ointments. You get immunosuppressants, you get steroid creams. Overexposure of it burns the skin as well, but there was limited or almost no relief. That's where I started doing a lot of yoga. I started reading skincare labels. I started understanding, is it the egg, in my diet, which is actually giving this trigger? Is it a sulfur-based ingredient in my shampoo, which is initiating this trigger? I understood the difference between natural and chemical skincare. Otherwise, there's so much of greenwashing that happens that we don't understand the difference as well. And every time I would do a little bit of yoga, a little bit of pranayam, I would get some sort of relief. I always say that you don't find yoga, yoga finds you. So as a child, I used to live with my grandmother. And she used to do yoga. She used to do Kunjal Kriya, which is having 2 liters of water and then emptying it out first thing in the morning. You follow sometimes, you grow up, you forget about it. And that's where I started my journey into yoga. I studied yoga back again after my education was done.
Okay.
And the Rig Veda has 8 face yoga exercises. From those 8, I developed 80 variations to 280 variations today. And that's where I say that, yes, I have founded.
So you run this company called House of Beauty.
Yes.
And under that, you have the face yoga part and you have products. And those products are also largely about skincare and face and how do you take care of your skin.
So now the basic principle or structure of my program is that you cannot do face yoga without an oil or a cream or lubrication because it's going to break the collagen bonds and you need to save your collagen as much as possible.
Okay.
Collagen is the fat layer of our face.
Okay.
If you look at a child, the child has fresh collagen. Not when they're born, but when they're in their 7th, 8th month, they become chubby, right? Their face becomes plumper because now they've put on collagen.
Okay.
And that depletes after the age of 25, which is where your appearance of fine lines, dullness, pigmentation, any of those issues appear.
Right.
And to do face yoga, you need facial oils, you need corrective skincare. Or if you are, when you do face yoga, you also realize that, okay, I have an issue on my skin which needs correction. That's why I'm going to do face yoga. 2 aspects of it, need-based or want-based. And both House of Beauty's skincare line actually substantiates it. So that's how I've integrated it together.
So if I do face yoga exercises, my skin will become better? Like what will happen?
Yes, so if you do face yoga exercises, your blood circulation will increase, your lymphatic stagnation, which is puffiness. So, everybody, different people have different issues, which will start to resolve. Your fine lines will reduce, your collagen levels will boost, the skin will start to radiate or glow, your dark circles will reduce. I can go on and on and on.
Wow, wow, wow. Wow. And these are the most common ones that even I have heard.
Yeah, yeah.
Me, who's not too much into doing anything, I don't even put anything on my face. I've also heard that people have dark circles that they're worried about, they have wrinkles that they're worried about, their skin starts sagging and they want it to be tighter.
Yeah.
That's what they're worried about. So you're saying all these kind of issues can be taken care of by face yoga exercises.
Yeah, yeah. To add to that, while some people may say that, oh, face yoga is vain, I don't even apply anything and I'm very happy about it, which is brilliant because you might have the IQ, you might have the self-confidence to, reflect upon and go out in the world, but not everybody has it. Now, a lot of people may be very smart, very, very eloquent, but they don't have the confidence because their face is not in a certain way. And somewhere with my face yoga teaching, I like to believe that I also impart that self-confidence in everybody so that they can go and strive 2 steps, 5 steps closer to whatever they want to achieve in a day. And that is one of the bigger benefits I personally say face yoga gives.
Wow. I've lived in different parts of the world. I've lived in the US, UK, Netherlands, and India. And I've been a part of the corporate world most of my life. And I've realized that however senior you are, or however junior you are, whichever part of the world you are in, the one thing that women do it a lot more, but even men are conscious about it, is their face and how you look. Because you can wear a smart suit, you can wear smart shoes, you can carry a good bag, but your face is always visible, right? So that's something that people are very conscious about and they do things to make it better. Is this something that you're spreading worldwide, or is it largely in Delhi or India, or what's the scope?
Oh, it's globally. So thanks to COVID and the online presence and the affection that we got, in my first course itself, I had international teachers or international students doing my teacher training course. It's been 5 years. Today, my 10 p.m. online class is taken by an African sitting out of Africa. Wow. Teaching globally. My 8 a.m. class is taken by a Canadian sitting in Canada. So yeah, it's global. It's not restricted to India. And before someone else coins the word yoga or face yoga, we need to bring it back and say that this is a part of our ground.
Right. Yeah, I believe that there are a lot more certifications happening outside India. Than in India, is that right?
I think in India, I'm the only one who's doing a teacher training certification for this.
Okay, so you do classes, like how are you doing it? You have trainers, you've trained them, you do classes. How is this going out in the world?
All of it. So I do teacher training courses. I do master classes, typically once a month on a Sunday. I work a lot.
Seems so, yeah.
And then I also do one-on-one consults or one-on-one training.
Okay.
Apart from that, my teachers take online and offline classes.
Okay.
Either on our portal, which is House of Beauty's online app, or through my center in Delhi. Right now, we're only limited offline to Delhi, but hopefully we'll spread it around. Apart from that, I have also digitalized the entire process. And then the teachers also have their one-on-one monthly classes. All of that continues.
Okay.
In addition to that, which is online and offline, I have gone and done the entire e-learning. Okay. So now, in your own time, you log on to the app, you study what you need to. You sit for the exam, you will get the certificate. Or you're doing it for self, dark circle correction. I have recorded the videos for it. You go in at a nominal price, purchase that course, it's yours now, and you look at the video and you keep practicing it non-stop. In addition to that, how I brought House of Beauty into the picture. When I launched my skincare itself, people sell thousands of products.
Right.
Nobody tells you or educates on how to use it. The basic step 1, step 2, step 3 as well. So behind all of my skincare, there's a QR code. You scan it. How to even wash your face with a face yoga exercise move or more than one move, and so on and so forth has been integrated through, and this is available free of cost. So before you buy it, you can see it. on my YouTube channel or next to the how to use, you understand what you're getting yourself into and only then make the wise purchase.
Beautiful. So is there an age after which people can start this? Like I'm
16.
assuming, okay,
Yeah.
16.
I typically recommend 16 because through your primitive years, your muscles are developing. And when
Sure.
they're developing, I'm not there always to correct you
Sure,
if you're
sure.
doing an e-learning. So you don't want anything going wrong. So 16 is the base age I typically say
Okay.
you start.
And as it seems, it is for general upkeep of your face, but it's also focused on just dark circles or specific issues also.
Yes, yeah. So we can go very, very specific in terms of issue correction, or we can go overall for your beauty wellness goals, which is I want to strengthen my eyes. My email time or my computer time is a bit too much, so I need my eyes to relax. Now this, when a 80-year-old patient or client comes to me with a droopy eyelid syndrome, when you're 40, it's an aesthetic issue.
Right.
My eyes are droopy and I want to correct it.
Right.
It's all lifestyle built.
Right.
When you're 80, it's now actually a issue to see. So I've had this individual who had to hold his eye muscle just to read.
Oh my
So
God.
daily actions or
Right,
tasks
right.
become difficult. But if we strengthen those muscles, at least your dependence on your hand will not be so much and your muscles will be tighter.
So you're saying 16 to 80,
16 to 99.
anybody can do it
Anybody can do it.
and should do it.
Should do it. It's a healthier way of living. Exercise your body, exercise your face. My 1 minute Vibhuti signature massage is a 1 minute technique.
Oh,
So it's one of those healthy habits I tell everyone to do. You wake up, literally, I hope everyone brushes their teeth. When they're brushing their teeth, you wash your face, you take some oil, massage your face, do your lymphatic drainage. So you know the stagnant fluid which all of us have is drained out. Now you start your day.
wow.
So 60 seconds is nothing.
And it helps.
It helps drastically because lymphatic system is also the immune system of your body, right? So if you do so the reason you exercise is
Right.
not just to be fit,
Right.
but to be healthy. And what does healthy mean? Resilience towards disease.
Right.
So this is one step on the face. Hopefully I'll motivate you towards body as well after that.
You know, you've got your information out there, people are taking it, but then people come to you with problems.
Yeah.
Right? People
Yeah.
come, this 80-year-old came with some problem or whatever. So what are the common things that people come with?
So dark circles is a very common issue, or eye-related issues.
Okay.
Very, very common. Another very prominent issue that I'm seeing, especially in brides that they're coming to me, is smile lines. So suddenly with the world of Instagram filters, and they don't understand the difference between an expression line and an age-related smile line.
Right. Okay.
So I need to explain that to them, but this is another issue that they think they want to correct. Double chin, jaw definition. All of our lifestyles have changed. No matter how healthy we are, no matter how much I promote this, I make that error where at night I'm on my computer screen, on my bed, doing this. So I've actually ruined my jawline.
Okay.
So in the morning, as a part of the 1 minute Vibhuti massage, at least you'll do like a counter to correct it.
Right.
Jaw definition and double chin correction is another common issue that people come to
Okay.
me for.
Okay. And you're saying your lifestyle, your posture while you're working, while you're sitting, while you're doing things, while you're driving, it all impacts your face.
It does, yeah. Even sleeping, because you could clench your jaw at night and you'll have a TMJ issue in a couple of months.
What's a TMJ issue?
Where the locked jaw syndrome,
Okay.
where your jaw gets locked and then
Okay.
just
Oh,
moving your jaw becomes very, very painful.
okay.
Again, that's where face yoga adds value.
Phenomenal. I mean, face is such an important part of our personality, and people are so conscious of it. But I'm assuming a lot of people really want to do this. So, how many people have you touched, or how many people have used it already through your organization?
I don't have an exact number, but I'd say somewhere between 1 to 1.5 million. Million we've been able to touch.
And globally.
Globally, absolutely. I have, this is individuals who we've touched. I have about 500 plus certified teachers with us today. I would say 100 of them, or maybe even 150 of them, would be international teachers. They're non-Indians who are actually teaching, training, talking about my vision. I take a lot of pride in the fact that also religion is not a barrier to face yoga.
Okay.
So that is how it's connecting the world.
I don't know what your vision is, but I'm assuming if people start following what you're doing 20, 30 years from now, a lot of people will look better.
Absolutely feel better mentally. Because
feel better.
For me, it's beauty plus wellness. Feel better, feel healthier, feel confident.
Right.
The last time I was here at Josh Talks, in fact, it gave me a lot of food for thought. One of the things that we touched base was a lot of my teachers are 45 plus.
Okay.
They've been homemakers their entire life.
Wow.
Because face yoga was never a career option initially.
Right.
And now with the online coming into being, they don't even have to leave their house. They can do a 2-hour class, sitting in front of the computer, earn, and any homemaker, housewife who has a desire to do something, and it has learned through the course and is teaching around everybody. So that's another level of empowerment.
Yeah.
I haven't thought too much about the vision. I'm one of those who's like, okay, let's do it. Everything gets built up along the way, and that's how it is.
Beautiful. So between that 60 to 99, what age group and what gender comes to you mostly? Is it mostly women, mostly 20-year-olds?
So I would say it's mostly women.
Okay.
It's 1% men at this point in time, to be very honest.
I'm going to join that 1%.
Thank you. I would appreciate. The age group is typically 29, 30 to about, broadly, about 68, 70. Then I'll have like maybe 10% 75-year-olds and under. But this is the broad spectrum.
So 27 to 68.
Yeah. So
it's a 40-year range.
Yeah.
What about younger, 18, 19, 20?
Not so much. Today, they, at least in the metros, they are more inclined towards, unfortunately, injectables at this point in time. I see a lot of these youngsters, go in for fillers and go in for other treatments. But with Kylie's pictures all over the internet, with the amount of swelling and lymphatic fluid stagnation that she's had, or Jennifer Anderson's had, I'm hoping they will learn, and the only solution after that is face yoga or manual lymphatic drainage that they have to do. So I'm waiting for them to come to me.
And these injectables have a lot of side effects, I'm assuming.
Yes, absolutely. I'll give you an example. People do Botox for frown lines.
Okay.
Yeah, Botox is basically the same chemical, lab created, which is food. When you have food poisoning, the bacteria is the same.
Oh my God.
So it's going to paralyze the muscles here. And if I put this into perspective, I have paralyzed my arm muscle. I'm not going to move it for the next 3, 4, 6 months. Results are individualistic, how long they last. If I'm not going to lift my arm for the next 3 months, not only is this muscle degenerating, the muscles around it, because now there's no movement, there's no exercise, they are degenerating as well. And that's where movement becomes so important.
My God.
Wrong movement is what's creating those lines. So with face yoga, I'm actually teaching you to raise your eyebrows without frowning.
Right.
To frown but not create deep lines, because these are habitual issues that we've created, right? If you unlearn it, you have nothing to worry about 10 years later, because those lines will not appear on your face.
Right. So people should definitely stop taking those injectables or those harmful elements and move on to face yoga, right? Tell me, running such a successful organization where you are helping the world look better, does it build pressure on you to look better?
Yes.
It does?
It does. At the end, I don't know whether I take the pressure or not, because if you look at my Instagram profile, 9 out of 10 times, I have no makeup. I'm absolutely blank. Sometimes my hair is also unkempt, because that's the time that's how you do face yoga, right? With oil, whatever, your exercises come into being. But the minute you get a call from your mother, that Vibhuti, please be presentable. At the end of the day, it's visual learning as well. If you look a certain way, people.
So your mom is your biggest critique, is it?
She is, absolutely. So the pressure comes from the other side, but
Right.
yes, there is enough pressure.
Right, right. And how much of your appearance credit do you give to face yoga?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Wow.
If I've put on my before and after pictures with my skin rash, with my allergy, in my lows, even through the time that I launched Face Yoga and House of Beauty. Some people have followed my journey through the past 5-6 years of being with me.
Right.
Last trigger was 1.5 years, 2 years ago. So
Right.
I'm very public about putting the ugly side
Right.
out there as well, and not just the good side.
Right.
Because everybody should understand that yes, it does take effort to maintain, but everything is not hunky, everything is not happy on Instagram. You have your lows, it's okay to embrace your lows, and then you go ahead.
Very nice.
Correctly. So I try to show both sides of the coin.
So moving gears and moving to your business, the House of Beauty, which is today a large successful business running the product side and the face yoga side. Tell me about your Shark Tank experience. I saw the Shark Tank episode and I thought the sharks are the sharks, but for the first time I saw a bigger shark who was controlling the sharks this time. How was that experience?
Well, it was quite an experience, if I'd say. I was not in a mentally good position after that, because when I was pitching, there was a point, I felt attacked.
It seemed so. To be honest, it seemed like it wasn't just about your company and your product and your service, but there seemed to be some personal attacks happening there.
Yeah. I don't know the underlying current to it. I still don't
Sure.
know, but it seemed so. And I had a lot of hope. Some people say that, you go to Shark Tank for marketing, for publicity, but there are so many avenues for it. Let's be honest. I
Of
don't
course.
need to. So I went as a true entrepreneur with hope to get funded for my company, because at the end of the day, these guys are mentors. These guys have achieved what they've achieved in their own scale of things. And when that happened, I was a little disheartened. That being said, I maintained, I think it was my yoga which kept me calm. I always have this secret. So, if you press your middle finger or your index finger, just across your nail bed, where your nail bed starts,
Okay.
with your nail, keep pressing it. You'll inflict a little bit of pain.
Okay.
Keep pressing it in a nervous situation, and you can stride through everything.
Really?
It's very, very calming. It balances and grounds you. So I wouldn't cry, at least for somebody who's a little emotional and can break
Right.
down at any point. I mean, you don't want to break down on national television. So that helped me there. And then after that,
Was it that traumatic that,
it was very traumatic.
yeah?
The aftermath was more traumatic, because once you're out of it, you don't know what is going to
Sure.
be portrayed and how the audience is going to understand it. So it can really make or break a brand. And luckily for us, we got a lot of praise from the audience,
Great.
which is why I'm sitting here smiling, talking about it, feeling
Great.
empowered,
Great.
because the appreciation.
But the way you entered, I saw the beginning of that episode. You entered and with a resounding voice, you talked about why the lights are so bright and what are we doing here, and let me now show you my product. The way you entered was, I felt everybody's going to invest in you.
That's what I thought. I mean, I have a profitable company.
Yeah.
And my EBITDA, we did the math recently, is at a 14%.
Wow.
We
Unheard of.
Yeah, I have at that point in time we had a social media reach of 1.5 million. Today it's 2 million plus.
Wow.
We are an honest business. We've
Right.
done everything by the book.
Right.
I didn't understand that why would someone not
Right.
invest in us?
So what do you think went wrong?
Maybe my packaging needed upgrade for sure. I will take that fall, and
Okay.
and it's been on the cards for a while. But when you have a product range of 120 plus products. It's not easy to do that
course,
as well. I don't know what went wrong.
Okay, why?
It was a bad experience for me.
Right,
6 months were. I know. Like I've had. I used to cry in my sleep, and nobody
What?
believes it. Yeah.
I think nobody realizes that not everybody who goes to Shark Tank comes back feeling great about themselves or feeling great about their company. I mean, the fact that I don't know if, I mean, it's impossible that you are the only person who came back with a traumatic experience. I'm not saying everybody, but I'm sure there are some people.
There was this other beauty business last year called Recode, where a similar experience happened, and then they also got a lot of public support.
Right.
Their story went viral because one of the sharks actually said, "I don't invest in my friend's competitor's business," who was one of the other sharks there as well. So yes, it does happen, but I guess in my case, because I put up such a strong act and I'm so eloquent, people think that it's a fake cry for.
But that should be a strength.
It is. But when I say that I've had a traumatic experience, it's very difficult for people to understand that it could be real or it could be genuine, which is actually not right. But as an entrepreneur, you have to face everything.
Yeah. I think in India, sometimes, even worldwide, sometimes we tend to empathize with the underdog.
Yeah.
Right? We tend to look up to the victim.
Yeah.
And if somebody is coming across too strong, we almost want to dismiss that person.
Yeah, that's exactly how I felt at some point.
Yeah, if you went there on a wheelchair and with half face burnt, and they would say, "Oh my God, poor baby, she's got this problem." But you went and said, "Okay, I had my issues, but here is my company."
Yeah. Well, that's also me being a resilient. Like you can have so many failures as an entrepreneur, but that's your drive to keep trying and hitting hard.
Correct. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, I guess everything is a learning.
Yes.
Shark Tank was its own learning and made you stronger and more resilient.
Absolutely.
Great. So lastly, if I have a face yoga guru sitting in front of me, why should I not get some benefit for my own face?
Absolutely.
So what should I do? Are there any exercises?
Yes.
That you can teach me right now? And I mean, I would love to join your classes. I'm being honest. I will join the classes. Okay. Tell me when they're happening and I'll join.
Yeah.
But for now, since we've got you captive,
yes,
and the door is locked, are there any exercises you can teach me?
So I'll give you one eye strengthening exercise because you just put your glasses down.
Right.
There's an acupressure point right here. I combine a lot of facial acupressure, reflexology with the exercise.
Okay.
So take your thumb, find that depression under your eyebrow.
Okay.
Yeah. A little behind, go under. Yeah. Now go press in. Do you find the depression?
Yeah.
Yeah. Inhale, sit up straight. Okay, and I want you to take your index finger and spread your forehead muscles. Don't wrinkle it up. Perfect. Open your eyes wide and now look from left to right 20 times with me. 1, 2, 3, 2. Don't lift your thumbs. 1. Take your thumb, look at me, take your thumb, slide it onto your temple. Take that pain, that stress. I know there's a little bit of pain. Take it back till your temple, all the way stretch it back furthermore. Till your temple higher, higher, higher. That's your temple. Yeah. From here, take it, get hold of the nerve that goes behind. Take it all the way back till the back of your head. Wriggle the stress out. And relax.
Wow.
How does that feel?
Felt really good.
Yeah.
Wow. I can just close my eyes. Yeah, it felt really good.
Yeah. You can close your eyes for a couple of minutes.
Wow.
It's a strenuous exercise if you do it the first time.
Wow, beautiful.
So this will actually...
And this is good for?
Dark circles.
Okay.
Droopy eyelids, lines, opening up the eyes, and internally strengthening the eye muscles as well, because when you're moving your eyeball, you must have felt intrinsic pain.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a sign of weakness, and that's where it's going to tighten the muscles. And then we take that pain. So this point that I made you press is where the entire stress of the eye gets stored. Now we take that stress through the blood circulation, through the lymphatic fluid, move it all the way till our temple. Acupressure points are like buckets, right? They're storing the stress of our
Right.
body, apart from the neurons which
Right.
are together and all of that. From here we got onto the nerve, we take it back because you can either initiate or get it out from your terminus point near your collarbone or behind. I like to take it to the back of my head to initiate a downward drain, and then gravity will do the needful and you'll relax.
Wow. Wow. So most of the exercises are of this kind?
Similar. So my program at House of Beauty is very structured. You have my 1-minute Vibhuti massage, which you'll do with oil application, face lifting, lymphatic drainage.
Okay.
Then there is a cardio section or an asana section, which is a combination of asana, acupressure, and facial massage, which is what gets customized. Depending on the issues we are focusing on, the exercises will be very specific there. Then I like to give you an acupressure press or a face yoga pose because my routine is to be done only 3 times a week. It's a strenuous routine.
Right.
You let these tiny muscles relax, rejuvenate, oxygenate in between. But we'll always have that one individual who will be over enthusiastic, who will want to do. So I tell them that you take this part of the face workout and that's what you'll do every day. Everything else you'll do only 3 times a week.
Okay.
And I initiate a cool down after that, which is through a pranayamic breath, because you need a lot of oxygen flow to your face. In addition to that, now this is not just simple yogic pranayam, I've also built certain variations of it. In case you did some exercise incorrectly, your muscle should not go into a spasm or should not twitch. So we give you manual vibrations through breath so that there's no muscle pull. And that muscle starts to relax and you're good for life.
Got it. So how many minutes or hours 3 times a week?
About 10 to 15 minutes, depending on the type of correction.
Oh, that's not much.
Yeah.
So 15 minutes 3 times a week is enough?
Is enough. And 1-minute Vibhuti massage, I say do every day.
Okay.
Because A, it's going to get your blood circulation going, giving you brightness. That is how you apply any cream, serum, oil, moisturizer, because 99% of us take the oil or cream and we rub it in a circular manner. Now, when you're rubbing it in a circular manner, you create a smile line. You create crow's feet, you're creating a droop. Now you've done that for the last 10, 20, 30 years of your life. You've initiated a wrong exercise. So that's where you apply it in a lifting manner. You initiate puffiness to be drained through the eyes.
Wow.
The phone gets corrected with this posture, and under 60 seconds, all the wrong that you've done through the day actually gets nullified. And then you're ready to correct it the next day over.
Wow.
That's a drawback of face yoga, by the way.
Okay.
Like exercise, you have to be at it. If you stop doing face yoga, our muscles have memory. They will stay maybe for a month, 2 months, depending again on each individual's muscle health and strength. But for maintenance, you have to keep exercising your face.
And last question, if I start, 2 questions. One, if I start doing this now, and I will, how much time does it take for a person to see the impact?
Some of my exercises have an instant impact.
Oh, okay.
I call them my magic exercises when I need to win an individual and make them believe in the power of face yoga.
Okay.
Otherwise, the first month, you take a picture of your face the day you start.
Okay.
Month 1, you will see about 10-15% correction.
Okay.
At the end of the 3rd month, and then you carry on till 3 months.
Okay.
At the end of the 3rd month, you will see a drastic difference between first and last.
Wow.
And those are the old genes you wanted to fit into.
Right.
Because if you stop, go back to this picture and start doing your practice back again.
I will take a picture today. Okay. So in 3 months, you're saying there will be a marked difference.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that's one. The last question is, when do these classes happen? How does one join?
So my online classes happen at 8 a.m. in the morning, 3 times a week, and 10 p.m. You just log on to houseofbeautyindia.com, face yoga tab, and then you'll have all of the lists. The personal classes are customized as per your availability. We have all of the trainers on our panel. We just pair you with someone who's available and anywhere, anytime. And then the e-learning as well is you purchase, there's no human interaction, you can look at it, you can start. If you have a doubt, you book an appointment. You can even book a small 10-minute consult slot. You don't need to book for an hour. understand where you're going wrong, and we'll teach you the correction, and you're good to go.
And how expensive are these?
So we do 12 classes for 2,999, 3,000 rupees
Okay.
per month, and I've maintained that cost online and offline.
Okay.
And if you want a one-on-one, it's again 2,999 for a personal session between you and the trainer, but that's a 1-hour session. That's not 12 classes.
Sure, sure.
The 10-minute consult is for 1,200 rupees,
Okay.
and so on and so forth. My certification plan is for 20,000 rupees.
Okay. Okay. And that takes how long to get certified?
So you have the course access for 6 months, but if you're doing it with me, sometimes we do a crash course of, it's 24 hours of learning. So over 4 days, over 2 weeks,
Okay.
or over 3 months. That depends on each individual's capacity.
And you have trained 500 people
Yes.
who are now doing this in their own careers and,
Yeah.
and whatever. And do you have a goal? Do you have like you want to do it for 5,000 people or 10,000 people, or you'll take it as it comes?
I haven't thought of it. Honestly, I never thought that. I was working for a bank, and today I'm teaching yoga.
Wow.
I have no clue. Wherever life takes me, I'm going with the flow.
You started as a banker.
I started as a banker.
Wow. Wow. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. Thank you so much, Vibhuti. I will send you my picture 3 months later.
Looking forward to
And
it.
I will join the class.
I will send you a face oil to do it.
Please, yeah. But I will join the class. I will do these 3 times a week. I'm not an over-enthu person who will do it every day and
Nice.
create some trouble. And I would recommend everyone to think about getting onto face yoga. This is something which is far more healthier, cleaner, simpler, easier to do. Instead of going on for things like those injectables that a lot of people are doing, whether you're doing that or not doing that, this is something which is great. And like I think Vibhuti rightly said, this is not just about looking good. This is about feeling good. This is about being healthier. This is about feeling confident. And whether we like it or we don't like it, how we look does impact how we feel.
Yeah.
Right? So thank you so much once again. It was an absolute pleasure to have you here in the studio.
Pleasure's all mine. Thank you.
And we will stay in touch.